My answer, in a way, seems like it changes from my 20s to my 30s to my 40s. And what I've found is that the reason that it changes is different elements come into my life, both in terms of career, in terms of friendships, in terms of family and relationships, and in terms of really figuring out more about myself. So how I now define a balanced life is really looking at three areas of my life, which are personal and relationships with friends and family, and then the more spiritual side. And when I can have time and energy devoted to those three areas, which are not distinct, they are very much interwoven. But when I can try to have a similar amount of time, or sometimes it needs to be more time or less time to those areas, that helps me. Now, that didn't really include specifics like career in there or volunteering in there, but to me those are encompassed in the relationships. And in terms of volunteering, relationship could also be called community in a broader sense. In terms of career, it's that passion and that excitement when you go to work, and that fulfillment, and that could get into some of the spiritual and also the very personal, finding what fulfills you. So it's really a bit of a dance among those three areas. Mm-hmm. Some of the obstacles have been around the actual time to spend with them, and that's where I am fortunate to have worked my career in such a way that I can generally schedule meetings when they're in school, and that's something that I work hard to do. I am working to be better at saving more energy for when they come home, and I'm working to be better at being in the present with them right there, right then, when they need me, and not thinking about something else that I need to make for dinner or do for the next day. And when I can manage to do that, I feel great, and they respond well, and it makes the relationships work. In terms of other obstacles, sometimes it's my own trying to do too much at one time. I'm definitely working on being better at figuring out how to prioritize. I think that'll be a continual struggle for me. It's also given myself the time to take a breath and to not feel like I have to be productive. So some of that is more of my own psychological challenges that I have when it comes to that. And the other is friends and my husband, and really making sure that I save good energy and intention for those relationships. Well, Hugh and I try to have a date night fairly often. And we also do a good job of grabbing lunch once in a while. And when we figured out if we can email about the details of the day instead of spending together time talking about those, that's generally worked out pretty well for us. Mm-hmm. And we share a lot of the same interests. And we spend a lot of our weekends together. One of the things that we've done is deliberately, as a family, chosen to spend time together. So our kids are when they choose a sport, it's usually one sport at a time, and we're not crazy going everywhere on the weekends. We usually spend time taking long walks or exploring in the woods, that sort of thing. When it comes to friends, I've tried to integrate being with friends with some of the other things that I love, like yoga. A lot of my friends now also do yoga, where I've developed friendships through that, and that's been very satisfying. Through book club, I really get so much support from my friends in book club, both in terms of on the personal side, but also just exploring new ideas with them and thinking about things other than kids and family, which is very refreshing for me.